Trap it down. Trap it down. Trap it down. You gon' trap it down. Trap it down. You gon' trap it down. Damn, set. Watch him throw the ball. We gon' pick it off. You gon' let him hit the hole or you gon' cut it off. You gon' play through fourth and long or you gon' punt it off. Your defenders, heavy hitters, put your pads in. Don't be looking for the ref to throw no flags in. Keep the helmet on, keep the cleats tight. You the type to want to win by any means, right? You should look alive. This is Trap or Die.
Yes, sir. Welcome back to another episode of Trap or Die Podcast. I'm your host of Trap or Die Podcast, Mual, and here with the fellas. This is a post-game edition, wild card edition of the Trap or Die Podcast, man. I see everybody checking in live, man. I went through all the comments, man. I see y'all in here. It's too many to name, but shout out to y'all that's checking in live. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We'll worry about all that stuff, the administrative items later. 23-20, big dub for the home team, the good guys, man. The Commanders come away with another playoff win. The first time, honestly, in a long time for Washington, but another playoff win on their record. This is a big moment for the Dan Quinn era, the Adam Peters era, and more importantly, the big dog, Jaden Daniels, man. A game-winning drive in the fourth quarter to give Washington that 23-20 win over Tampa Bay, 24-35 on the day, 268 yards, 2 touchdowns, sacked 1 time, no turnovers, 13 carries, 36 yards, but the biggest one of the day was the last one of the day. 3rd and 1 when you got to have it. You don't get it. Tampa Bay gets the ball back. He say, I don't give a damn about that, man. Who is that dude that came back? What's cuz name, bro? Kansey. Kansey. Sit your little ass down, bro. You're not built for this moment. Stiff arm this way to a first down. We moving on to the divisional round. You're gonna have to sit down and think about that for 8 months, bro. Fellas, how y'all doing, bro? I'm geeked up.
Hey, man, big dubs, man. Hell of a game, hell of a moment, hell of a way to start 2025, man, for the Washington Commanders organization. It's been a whirlwind, man, and to have that game come down to that moment where, you know, your franchise guy, the superstar, making a play to put you in a position to win this game, you know, it was only fitting that the kick doinked off the crossbar. But at the end of the day, man, they got it done. Yeah, I don't even care about what happened during the fucking game. Like, honestly, like they got the dub. You feel me? I love the future matchup against Detroit, but I just love how this team continues to fight, man. Like, they continue to push through. We talked about it Thursday with John. Help me say his last name. Ledyard. One of my main things was Baker Mayfield is going to give you opportunities. And if you get that opportunity, you have to capitalize off of it. He leads the league in interceptions with 16 and leads the league with 13 fumbles as a quarterback. And what happened? He fumbled in that moment, and that changed the complexity of this entire game.
Clutch drive, because them boys just got done with 2 straight possessions, 0 for 2 in the red zone, bro. And you get gifted that fumble, and they was right there, Johnny on the spot, Bobby Wagner, bro.
Yeah, man, it's amazing, you know. But I'm gonna pass the mic to Dre. Privately, Dre has been ignoring me and Mual for the last 10 hours. Almost about to put out a what do they call it?
APB.
APB. But you know, some people got superstitions, and shout out to the superstitions. So we won't hear from you Saturday night until after the game.
Muted.
There you go. Y'all never met this side of me. This is playoff Dre. Playoff Dre. Honestly, I didn't expect this tonight.
Hey Dre, respectfully, I don't think you met that side of you too many times either.
Well, that's true, because I haven't been to the playoffs too many times. But first and foremost, before we even get started, who is drinking with me, man? I had to just pour out real quick. Celebration. Come on, AJ, you got something, man.
I could go downstairs and get a shot,
man.
I got to get a shot.
I'm good. I'm on the water, man.
Oh man, hey, we won a playoff game. You know what I'm saying? Like, who gives a shit?
Let's toast up, bro. Let's toast up,
man.
Man.
You know, whatever you drink of water, it don't matter. We toast up. But man, look, I mean, to go up in Tampa, we gotta get back on them boys, man. You know what I'm saying? Clutch win. I mean, honestly, I felt like this was a game that we probably could have dominated in a sense. I mean, because it was just a couple of momentum changing plays in this game, and it was getting frustrating to the point where you was getting in the red zone and you weren't finishing those drives. But man, that fumble was everything we needed. And you don't give a quarterback like Jaden Daniels too many chances like the Buccaneers gave. And Baker knew it. That's why Baker was sulking over there on the sideline. And for the life of me, please, before Zane Gonzalez takes any big kick, I don't want to see that man because he makes me nervous when he starts fiddling with that damn hair. You know, he can't put the helmet on. I was like, he gonna miss this damn.
Oh, he did it again? I missed it.
He did it again, man. He kept on fiddling with his hair.
After the game, they showed a whole breakdown. That man had a wardrobe malfunction. He was changing socks. He was fixing his shoes. They showed it at the end of the game. Like, they broke it down. Like, he literally was on the floor changing socks, changing shoes, like doing all this fidgety stuff. So
hey, yeah, it scares the hell out of me.
Maybe DQ.
I can't look at him.
Maybe DQ knew that. That's why we kept saying these extra pushes for these fourth downs during the game. Because I mean, possibly. Yeah, Buddy definitely was. He was checked. He was out of it. He was so scared for that moment.
But he did. I will give him credit for this. He made a 52-yard field goal, big time field goal.
Eric kick clutch.
Yeah,
I mean, yes, it was big for the mob, bro.
Yes,
let's talk about let's talk about the game, man, from the beginning, from the get go. It's so many items to talk about.
Hey, Mual, honestly, I think I should probably lead this portion real quick before you get into your spill.
I think I know where you're going with this.
Hey, go ahead. You got the floor, bro. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Do you think?
Can we? No. I need the group.
Put the cameras on me.
No, I need the group on camera. Like Stephen A. said, don't put the camera on me.
Yeah, no, everybody said, put the cameras on me.
Hey, man, can we take our two hands and give Dyami Brown a round of applause?
Hey, I give him a round of applause. But Dyami done ball the last two games, though, AJ. He done ball. Today was just his best.
Because, like my boy John Wall said to Bradley Beal some years ago, I ain't never seen you act like this before. And we have never seen Dyami Brown act like this before. Man, he had a hell of a game. Shout out to Jay Tyler. If that's the hooping that you talking about, I need to see that more consistently.
Hey, but you call it a breakout game? Would you say this is a breakout performance from
Dyami? No, I can't call it a breakout game.
This the best game he ever had.
This is the best game he had in his life.
Don't want to give him too much credit.
Yeah, this is the best game he's had in his life.
So not a breakout game.
Now to say, oh, you played Detroit, Dyami Brown almost gonna get 100 receiving yards? Hell no.
Hey, but funny enough, though, like a second, because we got to get to the game, though. We got to make sure we recap this. Just a quick preview. The issue with them is they ain't got no quarterbacks right now in Detroit. They in the same boat. See what I'm saying? So you don't know what's going to happen. Anyway, to the game, bro. We started out this one offensively, man. You drive down the field. You come away with no points. A failed fourth down conversion. But like I think early on, offensively, I saw signs of a team where it's like it reminded me of like the early days. I think they had issues against the New York Giants where they drove down to kick field goals, right? But not even just them. It's other games where you see them driving and for whatever reason they just can't get in the end zone, but you're not too concerned because you know they're going to eventually get back down there again. Like they're driving the football. That's how efficient they were. I really didn't have no concerns. Like Jaden Daniels was efficient. You're talking about Terry McLaurin, who on the first drive, you end up wasting his explosive play. But you see early on, like that first game against Tampa, they tried him twice on the sideline. Terry and Jaden went 0 for 2. This time, the first drive of the game, they do the same play down the sideline or the same concept, give him a shot down the sideline. Terry makes this incredible over-the-shoulder catch, tough contested catch for 30-something yards. And you're talking about you in business off rip. Like, it wasn't granted, the pressure was a problem throughout the game. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. But it's like, if you're going to pressure us, I'm not even fucking around. Like, we going to go on your top. Like, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to take these chances. So if you want to keep pressuring us, you better hope your back end can cover. And, you know, it worked out some instances. It obviously, he only got sacked one time, but it caused some chaos in the pocket. But at the end of the day, those first 2 drives offensively, I really think set the tone for how this game was going to go for the Commanders.
Yeah, I mean, I think I would have loved to see Cliff threaten those DBs even more. I mean, we knew that Jamel Dean was coming back from an injury that has been like troublesome to him. Antoine Winfield, same thing, hadn't played a game since December 8th. Then you also have a young guy on the opposite end in McCullum. And then once those injuries took place to Jamel Dean and McCullum and having to use all these different cornerbacks, I would have wanted them to threaten those guys even more. They did it, but not enough. You know, like you said, Detroit matchup, they're struggling with their defense as a whole as far as health-wise, and especially within that secondary besides the 2 safeties in Kirby Joseph and Brian Branch. But yeah, man, I think that Jaden made the best of his opportunities. I mean, his offensive line was getting killed up front in the pass game and run game. Like, there was no physicality from the offensive line at all today, no matter any phase of the game. It was just Jaden Daniels being special, being the guy that he is, and extending plays and getting the ball out so quick, man. Even when guys aren't necessarily separating the best, he was still able to make plays, and he was well prepared to see Todd Bowles' defense for the second time around versus the first time, which was his rookie debut. I'm seeing stupid ass comments in here like like AJ Terry McLaurin is a number 1. I disagree. It doesn't change just because of this game.
Just go, man.
Nah,
to hell with that.
I feel like slapping somebody, and the reason why I feel like slapping somebody is because Cliff, you are bullshitting in the red zone, bruh. Like, you are bullshitting with these play calls and sticking with Brian Robinson. See how effective they were in the red zone once they put in Austin Eckler. Like, I'm not saying just run up the middle, but the threat of him being a dual back, it changes the complexity of how defense is called. But overall, you know, the offense did what they had to do to win this game. Todd Bowles' defense is extremely aggressive. Vita Vea had a good game. Kalijah Kancey had a great game. Yaya Diaby, he's one of my favorite players. And unknown, underrated, but he could definitely ball. Levante David played exceptional, but at the end of the day, you know, when you got 5
was better.
When you got 5, you can't lose. I got 5 on it.
What you think about the offense, Dre? Just how the game started? Because that's
well, the thing that popped out to me was the night and day difference from game 1 versus game 18 when you play against the Buccaneers again. I mean, Jaden looked like a completely different quarterback from the outset. I mean, I'm with you, Mual, on how that first 2 drives kind of set the tone. That deep pass to Terry let them know what we were coming here to do today. Like, you're not going to just sit up here and blitz us all day, and we're just going to sit there and accept it. Jaden was he showed what a premier quarterback does in a playoff moment, in, you know, all day long, really. Because, I mean, if I'm not mistaken, did we punt today? We didn't punt.
No, we didn't punt.
Yeah, no punts, even though, you know, of course, we went for it on 4th down a few times, but that was either a field goal or 4th down in those situations. So we were moving the ball all day. Jaden was.
We was in Tampa territory the whole game.
Yes, and that was just making plays. And you got to give Cliff some credit too. And I'm actually with AJ on especially the red zone. Some of those things, you know, kind of annoyed me. One thing that really stood out to me was running the ball from shotgun on the 1 yard line. Like, I mean, I don't know. That just drives me crazy because you can just do a quarterback sneak, or you could do anything other than run the ball from the shotgun on the 1 yard line, and Brian Robinson gets stuck. But again, you still got to give Cliff some credit because the offense was moving. They adjusted to what Tampa Bay wanted to do. Now, I thought this was a game where Washington came in more prepared for what Tampa Bay wanted to do versus Tampa Bay coming in prepared for what Washington wanted to do. I felt like Tampa Bay came into this game kind of with the similar game plan that they had week 1 against Jaden, but Jaden's not that quarterback anymore. Jaden's a different quarterback than he was week 1. He can dice you up all over the pocket today, and whenever he got any semblance of time, Jaden found the right read. He made the right throw. Now early on in that game, I was getting a little scared because blockers, dudes was coming in untouched. So I'm like, okay, come on, someone has to spot these guys coming in. Brandon Coleman was getting, Brandon Coleman was getting worked a bit early on. As AJ mentioned, Diaby, he was all over the place. Although he almost hurt our goddamn quarterback going low. I think that was him that went low on Jaden Daniels and almost took him out. But they called a penalty, so that was cool. But no, Jaden, again, this is what premier quarterbacks does, and he did it in a prime spot. It wasn't just a Monday night or a Sunday night game. This was a playoff game that Jaden Daniels went out there and made it happen. And to kind of echo AJ, even though I've never been on the hate Diami train, but if we're giving out a game ball to Jaden, Diami comes out with that second game ball.
Yeah, he did try to lump us in there, but it's cool. I rock with it. I gave Diami's round of applause, bro. 35-minute TOP to 24 for Tampa Bay. 11 minutes in your time of possession. One of the biggest things that we really got to show some love. We talked about the 2 drives and like from a macro standpoint, but you engineer after you go your 4th down on your first drive, a 17-play, 92-yard drive that takes up 9 minutes. Clock, bro. And then you follow that up with a 3-and-out defensively to get yourself back in position to put up more points. I think the only thing that hurts Washington in this moment is the fact that after you get your 10 points on the board, 10 unanswered, you're in a 2-minute drill situation, 2-minute situation, and that Baker run really obviously it sparked things. You had an all sides on the play. But like Baker going for 20-something yards on one run and running over motherfuckers. And then not only that, like, bro, the dude got up and mushed Percy Butler to the ground. I'm like, how's that not a flag call, bro? Like, I don't understand how a quarterback can get away with something like that. Not because if it's any other position after they make a catch or make a run like that and they smush a dude to the ground, bro, it's a flag. Like,
how about him getting pissed with Frankie Louvu when Frankie Louvu made a completely legal tackle on him?
Yeah, that annoyed me too. I'm like, bro, he over here trying to whore for calls, whore himself out for a call, bro. I'm like, bro, get back to your huddle, you bitch, boy. Get back to the huddle, bro. We ain't got time for that. Y'all ain't got time for that. But to the point, and where I'm getting at, like that 92-yard drive, 9-minute drive, for a touchdown. Again, gets you back in good graces, bro. You really like rebalance the game and actually turn it in your favor. And then like coming out of the half, you get another double-digit play drive, 10 plays, 66 yards. Unfortunately, this one settles for a field goal, but you do get points on the board. And you go up 13-10. I think some of the bigger plays really came down in that second half, man. I think the one that really hurt coming out of that first half was the RPO with Andrew Wiley. Yes. He had the elite ineligible man downfield. That one hurt the worst. Because you got an opportunity again coming out of half, go up 17-10. Fortunately obviously we know the outcome of the game, but in that moment you're talking about a team who really has to keep their foot on the gas, because that drive for Tampa going into the half was really really alarming. I didn't even talk about the fact that was the Marshawn drive. Marshawn Lattimore gave up 33 total yards, including penalty yardage, and a touchdown. Like, that stings. And not only does it sting, bro, the first half, they was letting that man free reign on Mike Evans and whatever side, because it was who's the other dude, the rookie, McMillan. Like, yeah, they was letting Marshawn roam on whichever side of the field, and they was just eating up the cushion. Like, whatever he gave them, they was taking, and they forced Marshawn to make a play on the ball. And Marshawn was giving up, I don't know how many yards he gave up in the first half, but it was a lot.
Yeah, man, I think when it comes to Marshawn, man, he's not healthy. You feel me? Like, that hamstring is still going to be lingering, but I applaud him for still pushing out there. Mike Evans finished with how many yards?
92. Yeah, 92.
Yeah, I mean, it's not where you would like it to be, but I think Marshawn, for coming back after being out for the last several weeks and hamstring issue, he did what he could do. I don't expect him to be a shutdown corner every single game.
Okay.
But in this opportunity, it is what it is. Like,
I'm gonna give him grace against Mike Evans. Like, I understand that, but I think that
yeah,
it's the idea of, like, matter of fact, he went 7 for 7. Mike Evans did 7 receptions on 7 targets. Like, it wasn't like any passes that was really even contested this game. It was a lot of clean catches.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things where it's like, who else could you put on Mike Evans? Nobody else. So it's like, but it's a combination of stuff. It's like you're also not getting home enough to the quarterback. Fowler did his thing on stunts, but of course he's not about to beat Tristan Wirfs on the outside. It just is what it is. I mean, fortunately, the game didn't come down to that. Where I extremely got pissed off and I'm still mad about is where Quan Martin read the play at the goal line, but didn't complete it all the way.
Yeah, I think he panicked because you ain't got no reason turning your back to the quarterback, bro.
Yeah, it was just like, bruh, like, if you play this the way that you envision in your mind and not turning your back to the quarterback, that's a pick six. So, I mean, for me,
that John whisked off his helmet, bro.
Bruh, all he had to do was just run underneath it, and it's a pick. So, I mean, it's just a couple things, but like I said, this team is definitely competing all the way. They may not have the most sacks, they may not create the most turnovers, they may not be the best in pass defense and stuff like that, but they compete. They continue to go out there and compete, and that's where you get opportunities like that fumble that Baker had. You also get other plays that they made stops, and that's truly all you ask for. Like, they're not good, and they also didn't give up touchdowns. Like, it's not like they gave up a bunch of points. Honestly, Washington should have been way ahead in this game. What was the red zone numbers?
They had, I think they went 2 for 5. I'm about to double check, but I'm 2 for 5.
2 for 5 from the red zone. Like, come on, dog. Like, Washington they should have won this game 35-42 or something, like to 17 or 20. Like, so I mean, it's just a great effort by the team overall.
Yeah.
I can't even lie to you, bro. I'm so focused on Detroit. Detroit got 2 of my favorite players. Y'all know Jahmyr Gibbs, Jameson Williams. And the only thing that really concerns me at this moment is how Washington's secondary was handling these motions, especially in the red zone. Like, it was very delayed down there as far as reaction and fighting through picks. That's all I keep thinking about. I just keep thinking about this Detroit game. I love the matchup, and I'm looking forward to us discussing it further. It just sucks that, Detroit gets to sit at home and then Washington got to turn around after a Sunday night game and play on Saturday night. It's like, what the hell are we doing with this schedule? But hey, they playing Detroit. But if you can afford it, leaving from DC to Detroit, only like $200 something. Let's go ahead and pack that shit up too. Have some buffs on. Because it definitely felt like a home game for Washington. I was hearing nothing but, I don't know if you guys listened to the audio of the game. I was hearing nothing but Commanders and Redskins chants during the game.
Hey, our fan base, we had a sleeping giant of a fan base, but I mean, defensively, honestly, this was an encouraging performance for me, even though, they gave up some stuff late, especially in the run game with Bucky Irvin. But going into this game, we were worried. I mean, because the last few weeks, there was nothing inspiring coming from the defense that led you to believe, man, this is a playoff defense in a sense. But this performance here, especially early on, I mean, this was the best I thought they looked in the run game. It wasn't until Marshawn started getting picked on a little bit later on in that first half that, you know, the defense started to show a little bit of leaks. But again, I mean, this is an inspiring performance. And for Marshawn, I do question, you know, obviously he's been dealing with the hamstring. But for me, the thing I noticed that he may not have been at his, you know, peak health is he gave a lot of cushion in his game. And I remember going back to the Philly game and even the New Orleans game before that when he played that game. He was pressing damn near every coverage snap. But this game, I felt like he was, you know, playing off a bit as if he didn't trust the hamstring or he didn't trust the leg fully yet. So I don't know if he really trusted himself, but he was out there. So, you know, you still got to judge him for what came of that. But it was a tough matchup. Mike Evans, I mean, you know, he has had 2 straight tough matchups between Mike Evans and A.J. Brown, and these are 2 physical receivers, whereas these guys, you're not going to get the benefit of doubt when you're playing against these guys. Like, if you're too physical with these guys, they're going to call those things. Even when those guys get too physical with you, normally there may be OPI for other guys, but it's not going to be OPI for A.J. Brown and Mike Evans because they've earned the reputations in the league from the referees. They're just not going to call those plays. So you just got to kind of deal with it and just use better technique and play better. I think Marshawn knows that. He's probably, you know, upset with himself, and I think he's going to bounce back. Hopefully he's available next week for Detroit. But no, I mean, again, with the defense, now I'm a little bit more inspired. I mean, I don't know how confident I am going into next week against Detroit because that offense is something else. It's different. It's not Tampa Bay. It's probably like nothing we've seen all year. Maybe Philly may be the only thing that's close to rivaling what Detroit kind of brings on offense as far as the relentless attack and so many different ways they can beat you in. But other than that, I mean, you still got to feel good coming off this performance because Tampa Bay's a top 5 offensive team, and we held this team to 20 points. And, you know, I'm with AJ on this. We probably could have held them to, you know, lower than that. And this was a game where I kind of looked at the offense and said, you guys could have helped them out a little bit more by finishing. I mean, as good as the offense moved the ball, you know, if you score a couple of times, you know, like you normally do as an offense, this game probably isn't as close as it is at the end. But no, shout out to Joe Witt having the guys prepared. Like I said, that was a good, you know, run deep performance for the most part for most of the game. I mean, Bucky Irvin did start getting off a little bit, but we've seen worse. So, you know, I'm not going to harp on him too much for that. So no, man. Again, I'm inspired by what they showed.
Did y'all see? I don't know how true it is, but I seen Disco. You know, the president of the Sam Howell fan club. I seen him post that. Dan Quinn told Tony Dungy that after selecting Jaden Daniels, he really wanted Bucky Irvin.
No, I ain't see that.
Yeah, I didn't see.
Well,
that.
He said it on TV or something.
Who said that?
I don't know if he said it on TV, but he must have said it on TV because Disco posted that before the game even started.
Oh, before the game started, it must have been an interview. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe probably like one of them little pregame jumps.
I don't have Peacock, so maybe that was exclusive on the Peacock app. I ain't about to be paying for all these apps, but
you said Dan Quinn said that? That's what he said?
Yeah, Dan Quinn said that.
Dan Quinn said that to Tony Dungy.
Okay.
That after Jaden Daniels, he wanted Bucky Irvin. And Jay Tyler said that's true. So he confirmed it.
He said it on the pregame show. Okay. I just want to give one more kudos to the defense, bro. I think what's important now, granted, contextually speaking, you know, when you do dominate the TOP like the offense did for Washington, that kind of helps the numbers in your favor in terms of like how you're able to limit the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But look, at the end of the day, you force a turnover, right? You force a turnover and you force two punts in the first half, 2 big punts in the first half. Obviously, that helps change the game in your favor. That ultimately helps you take the lead, right? But you force 2 punts in the first half, and you get the turnover in the second half. That helps again in a situation where you give up. You go for it on 4th down, and you fail, but you get the turnover. That helps you get a second chance at this in the red zone. And I think for Washington's defense to be able to hold a team who is the fourth highest passing offense or the fourth best passing offense in the NFL to just 185 yards on the day. Is big. Bucky Irvin, who, you know, did take off a little bit in the second half, no question, was pretty much stifled in that first half. Like they didn't have a running game. It was Baker Mayfield. Matter of fact, going into the third quarter, the highlight of the day or the night was that both leading rushers for the teams was the quarterbacks. It was Baker and Jaden. So for Washington, and obviously the biggest run was Baker's 18-yard scramble going into the half, that 2-minute situation. So for Washington's defense, man, and one of the bigger things too also was getting off the field on third down. It didn't look good at first, but you do get off the field. In some instances, you help your offense out. But I think this is just one of those games where you're talking about a full team effort from everybody across the board. Even Deron Payne, who a lot of people had a lot of smoke for. He had some flash moments in the first half before he got hurt. I don't know what his status is, but he had a solid day. Johnny Newton had a big play down at the goal line where he shot the gap and ended up getting like a 2 or 3 yard loss. I don't remember if that was a drive that led to a field goal, if that was not, or if that was a drive that led to a touchdown.
No, that was the touchdown drive. Yeah, they ended up
the next play they did the pick with McMillan.
Okay, yes, the one. Yep, that was that one. Okay, all right. But key moments, point blank period. People stepping up. I think that's all major. Trying to think if I'm missing anything with these guys. Okay, let's go ahead and take a break. Let's hear from Underdog Fantasy. Let's get back to our one sentence takeaways from the chat, from Twitter, and let's get our MVPs. We got a little. I think I know where Jay Tizzy gonna go with his MVP. We got a couple people up for contention this game. But let's go ahead and talk about the good people over there, Underdog Fantasy. It is the best place to cash in on all your takes during the playoffs. Which players are going off and which ones are ice cold. With over 5 million happy players and $2 billion won, Underdog makes it fun and easy to cash in on all your favorite athletes' performances. With their pick'em game, you can win up to 1,000 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on player stats, such as passing yards, touchdowns, interceptions, and more. I did do one for the Commanders game. I actually don't know how I did. Oh, Lord. I got cooked. Boy, I got cooked. I ain't even gonna tell y'all how I did. I'm gonna just tell y'all what I got for the Monday night game. How about that? I got Puka Nacua higher than 7.5 receptions. Cooper Kupp higher than 3.5 receptions. Aaron Jones higher than 81.5 rushing and receiving yards combined. Jordan Addison higher than 58.5 receiving yards. Justin Jefferson higher than 88.5 receiving yards. And Kyron Williams higher than 98.5 rushing and receiving yards. We're going to see how that looks come Tuesday morning. Pray for your boy. Underdog is the only pick'em platform that puts power to cash in your hands. Now you can either keep riding with your entry or tap the win now button to cash out whenever you want. And every dog deserves a second chance. With Underdog Rescues, you can get your money back and receive a promo if an early injury causes your entry to lose. I say it every time I do this promo, that's clutch, because there are certain platforms out there that don't even give you a chance if your player gets hurt during the game. You're automatically going to lose the leg in that pick because he ain't playing no more. You ain't getting no stats. Underdog is the best place to play pick'em. So download that app, sign up using promo code TRIBEDIVE and get up to $1,000 when you deposit, and you get your $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. I repeat, download the app, sign up using promo code TRIBEDIVE and deposit now to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. You must be 18 years or older, 19 years or older in Alabama and Nebraska, 19 years or older in Colorado for some games, 21 or older in Massachusetts and Arizona, and present in the state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Void in Colorado for some games. If you're concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. If you're in Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. In New York, call the 24/7 Hope line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY to 467-369. All right, let's get into our one sentence takeaways and what's our game MVPs. Let's hear it in the chat. Okay, who do I want to start with? He said, F a sentence, I'll give you one. All right. Shout out to Real Top Mandela. He said, hell. Coach Manella, QB coach. Kid is clutch. We know who we talking about. Damian Bartona. We know every time we get him on for the one sentence takeaways, we know what he's talking about. He said, I got 5 on it. Reese De La Ghetto. Jaden Daniels is the greatest football player to step on this earth. Honestly, bro, I agree. Like, who else is better than Jaden, bro? I don't know. I can't. But put it this way. Matter of fact, bro. Obviously, we know about his four game-winning drives and 3 fourth-quarter comebacks. And in the game tonight, he had completed 9 of 15 for 108 yards and 2 touchdowns on 3rd and 4th down dropbacks. He picked up 8 first downs. During the regular season, Daniels converted on 42.9% of such dropbacks, trailing only Justin Herbert in 2020 among rookies since 2016. So, like, that in itself is incredible, right? But also just understanding like who he is as a clutch player. Like, there hasn't really been let's speak objectively, bro. Like, this ain't fandom talking. Who has been more clutch than Jaden? Name the top 3. Whatever they are, I bet you Jaden.
This year?
Yes, this year.
Yeah, I mean, he's number 1. Jaden has a red X Factor from Madden under his thing. When he in the 4th quarter, he has the red X Factor activated.
Bruh, it's incredible, man. I don't think he really like. It's hard to see. I mean, he's made mistakes.
The only other player I could think of in the last 5 years that's been as clutch.
He went 5 years. Damn. Okay.
I'm just saying, like, it's not really that many NFL players with that clutch gene besides Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Like, in the NBA, you got Steph Curry, you got Kevin Durant, LeBron, and Edwards is growing into that. But like in the NFL, you don't really have too many guys that you can put in those situations and just know that, oh, they about to take this over, but Patrick Mahomes. So if I were to curate a list at this moment, it would be Pat Mahomes 1 and Jaden Daniels number 2. I don't even know who I would put at 3 because it's really not that many guys, whether you say wide receiver, quarterback, running back, that you can say, oh, this person has that clutch gene.
Well, Josh Allen's pretty clutch, isn't he? I'm not saying he's more clutch than, but he's shown it. Yeah,
Josh Allen's had clutch moments too. I think,
maybe you could put Burrow. I'll probably put Burrow in the top 2.
And I mean, yeah, honestly, it's up there. Like, even if you want to expand it, top 5, he in top 5. Top 3. Like, he up there. And what's up, Amani? Appreciate you checking in. You know,
we talking this year. He's that dude this year. Yeah, we talking this year.
I find it. I would love to see what his numbers, like how his numbers stack up against the rest of the NFL this year in clutch moments. Again, everybody that's checking in live, appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. YouTube side, audio side as well. Hit that follow button if you are brand new. We definitely appreciate you checking in. Hit that rating and review as well if you can. It takes 10 seconds to do so, and it's free to show you support that way on the audio side. Back to the one sentence takeaways to get these out the way. Sweet Peter Jeter, aka J Tizzy. De'Ami Brown is an effing hooper. You hear me? Zim, which is actually a reference to what y'all was saying. What that kicker, he said, I gotta go fix my hair. I completely missed it during the game, which is crazy. Okay, where we at? Just want the cash. I want you to put the word out there that we back up. Titus, that's probably easier to say. Defense did enough to win. Justin Taylor, Jaden Daniels has literal ice in his veins. DC or nothing. Shout out to you, buddy. Actually interesting that Chris Rodriguez wasn't active, but he says Rodriguez over B-Rob. That was a frustrating running game today. Like, the one thing that really had me teed up wasn't even a run play. Jaden checked it to B-Rob on the right side of the offense, and he had like 5 yards of space between him and the nearest defender, bro. And he got tackled for like a 3-yard game, bro. And I'm like,
that's your superstar, though.
Stop it. I've never called. I've been very specific with my superstars, but I like B-Rob.
That's your superstar.
And when he went down, bro, I was like, bro, there's no way that you let this happen to you, bro. Like that's the one that clicked. That's the one that clicked to me, bro. I was like, hold on, bro.
Bruh, no,
like, you can't have this much.
He got the yips at running back.
Bruh, he has no confidence. He don't even be knowing where to line up in certain plays, bruh. He has no confidence. Like, the running game, like you said, was hella frustrating because it's like, why the fuck are we even attempting this shit at this point?
You got the 1 yard line on that, the one you don't get in the second half, the ones you turn over on downs. You have the 1 yard line, and you can't even run the ball in that instance. Like, what are we doing? If you can't get a yard with your running back or running game, period, then what are we doing? You got a yard. You need a yard. Get a yard.
Bruh, the offensive line was frustrating. And then in the times when they did block up pretty damn well, your running back is running like he's Stevie Wonder. Like, he's running into the back of individuals. He's not reading the proper lanes. But then they just stayed with B-Rob for so long. Like, at one point, they started the game.
He said B-Rob must be running with his eyes closed.
I seen a tweet that you responded to, Mual. Like, someone said B-Rob runs like he's trying to prove he's the world's strongest man. Like,
yeah, bro.
Yeah, it's just very frustrating. And you can see the difference even towards the end of the game, the carries that Austin Eckler got, or even the impact that he had in the passing game. Like, that was a big play that he caught near the sideline against Yaya Diaby. And took it for maybe 20 yards.
I almost went to drink the rest of the bottle after that one, bro.
Yeah,
it was that close. I was like, God damn.
Yeah, so it's just like, man, I hope that they can still have confidence in B-Rob, but he cannot be the feature back, bro. He cannot be the feature back. And if they are gonna use him, it needs to be a dual set where it's him and Eckler in the backfield together. Those guys up front are not physical enough. No one has a nasty streak. Like, dudes is just getting passed around like a like a pro. Like, it's insane, dog. Like, Coleman, everyone was ass on the offensive line today. I think we can all sit here and say that everyone was ass.
All right, let's go ahead and get back to the one sense to takeaway, bro.
Oh, you waiting to see the all 22?
Nah, I was about to say let's get back to the one sense takeaways. The run game wasn't good. Matter of fact, here we go. AZ Buckeye boy JD5 is pure magic. Cliff deserves all the props for the game plans he puts together to cover up inefficiencies. Speaking of the fact that we can't run a damn football. Fair enough, Buckeye boy. AKA just put Jaden on, put the team on Jaden's shoulders. That's all you gotta do. And then we got a couple. Let's do a couple more. Brian Black. Well, I ain't gonna read that. I appreciate you ain't saying nothing wrong, but we ain't gonna do that after a dub. Curses are being broken. This is from Urashimi. Curses are being broken right before our eyes. Don't let no one tell you one and done this year would have been fine. Let's root for this team to get to the dance. Let's end that shit right there. I'm with you, bro. Urameshi. Toon 90 20 92 10.
You over there sounding like Todd Bowles going into the second half. He was like, yeah, we got to stop Jada from going left, right, left. I think left, but right.
Hey, bro,
I was like, what is he talking about? Like,
Jaden had him flustered, bro. Damn, like, that's crazy. Jaden had that man flustered.
Left, right, left. Left.
All right, here we go. MVPs, bro. Where we at? I say I ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Diami gets credit, like he gets acknowledgement, but you know who the MVP is, man. And that boy. JD5, bro.
Yeah,
ice in his veins. Big step of the big dog.
Yeah, De'Ami Brown gets an honorable mention. Bobby Wagner as well for coming up for that with that turnover.
Yes.
Terry McLaurin making some huge plays in the game. But overall, man, they don't win this game if they don't have Jaden Daniels at quarterback. He made some amazing plays. He looked cool, calm, and collected like it was his fourth playoff game ever. in his career, and not his first. But you know, we definitely still got 5 on it. I'm not a weed smoker, but I'm gonna still give y'all 5. You feel me?
Hey, I say if we make it to the Super Bowl, bro, let's smoke a little. Let's smoke a little.
Someone
J
said
together,
Dre
bro.
ready to sleep.
He is. He just took that last shot. That's what fucked him up.
Hell yeah, he got quiet as hell.
I'm over here watching highlights, man.
We know. Well, I saw Jay. I saw Dre nodding his head. I know he say Jaden the MVP. So let's end it on one thing that I do want to ask y'all, bro. Because somebody mentioned the red zone possessions and all of that won't cut it. I completely agree. 2 for 5 in the red zone. We know what the situations were. Did y'all have a problem with them going forward on 4th down at any moment throughout the game? I actually didn't. Obviously converting is a different conversation, but I didn't have a problem with them going forward at all. Like that's what they lived and died by.
I mean, we've been doing it all season. I mean, it kills me when it finally doesn't work. Then people, this one you should take the points. But then when they take the points, I've seen them take the field goal, and the people say, "Well, they should have went for it." You know, every time it doesn't work, they should have did the opposite thing. No, I mean, I had no issue with them going for 4th down on any of those things because this is a game you had to play aggressive. This is the playoffs. I mean, this isn't week 2, week 3. This is a win or go home game, and you win by being aggressive in the playoffs. You don't win by playing safe in the playoffs. I mean, especially against an offense as potent as Tampa Bay. You want to keep that offense off the field. You want to keep your offense on the field to keep beating them up. And you've been successful most of the time when you go for it on 4th down. So, no, I had zero issue with them going for 4th down on any of those.
I was cool. They went for how many 4th downs?
I think like 4.
The 4, right?
Yeah.
I was cool with a couple, and then the other 2 I was not cool with. I was like, does Dan Campbell all of a sudden coach the Washington Commanders? Like, what's going on? But I get
they went for it 5 times, 3 for 5.
Yeah, so I get the aggressiveness and the fact that it's a playoff. But at some point, I got a big concern. I was just like, hey, maybe go get this field goal. And I think even in the opportunities where they failed on those 4th down attempts, I hated the play call. Like, ultimately, I hated the play call. So that was in hindsight. But before that even happening, I just wasn't in favor of how aggressive they were with it. You know, luckily, they ended up winning the game. But I think if they ended up losing, we would have focused on that. Just human nature. But at the end of the day, I guess based off analytics, a lot of that made sense to do. You know, so they ended up winning the game. But yeah, if you're gonna be that aggressive, especially in this playoffs, which I'm cool with in certain points, just have better plays dialed up for that moment. Don't put yourself in situations where you put Jaden Daniels in these peculiar situations where he doesn't have as many options to even go with the ball. Like some of the play calls, it was like, if that read ain't there, the play's dead. And that's not what you want when it's a 4th down that you need.
There it is. Let's go ahead and get up out of here, man. Hey, celebrate tonight. I know it's midnight, but if you're up, take a shot. And when you wake up, take a shot. Cause I ain't gonna do it. I gotta go to work tomorrow. But nah, man. Hey, great win, amazing win. We back on Tuesday. We back. Ooh,
playoffs.
I'm about to be. I forgot. I got the flag football. I'm gonna be in. I'm gonna be around for the show for sure. The post game show. But
playoffs.
Yeah, I don't know about Thursday because I got to figure that part out. But we're gonna be here Tuesday for the show. And yeah. Damn, that just threw me off. We'll figure it out. Anyway, enjoy the night. Enjoy tomorrow. Celebrate this week, man. Y'all hear what time it is. Playoffs. JD5, big dog. We out here. Peace. Oh, I thought I hit the string.
Chop it down. Chop it down. Chop it down. You gon' chop it down. Chop it down. You gon' chop it down. said, watch him throw the ball. We gon' pick it off. You gon' let him hit the hole or you gon' cut it off. You gon' play through 4th and long or you gon' punt it off. Your defenders, heavy hitters, put your pads in. Don't be looking for the ref to throw no flags in. Keep the helmet on, keep the cleats tight. You the type to want to win by any means, right? You should look alive. This is Trap or Die.